In this video, I'm going to share with you 5 dangerous ways that entrepreneurs waste their time, which if you turn this around, you're going to become 10 times more productive. So the first time waster is not having a solid action plan. Now, let me share with you what I do at the end of each night and each morning so that you can relate to this. What I don't do is I don't just wake up in the morning and then just go to work and just think, oh, what shall I work on now? No, that is a very unproductive way of doing business. What I do is at the end of each night, I look at what I've achieved and I tick those off my list. And then I make my new list ready for the next morning. So what I'll do is I'll look at the tasks, and these are the really important tasks that if you just do these tasks, it's going to move your business forward the most over something else. So let me give you an example of this. Replying to an email is like way to the floor on my priority of task list. So that's like, it won't achieve anything. It won't help me to grow my business. However, say writing my book or my next book, that is going to accelerate my business massively. So that would be like a priority task. So what I do is I use a red pen, a black pen, and a blue pen. The red pen will go as a number 1 against those tasks that's going to accelerate my business forward. So these are the priority tasks that I work on every day. The number 2 is in a blue pen, and what they are is they're like secondary tasks. They're important, but they might not be super timely right now. And the third thing is black pen, a number 3 next to the tasks. And these are just routine, ordinary tasks. They're things that will move the business forward, but they're really not that important, or they might be so far away time-wise that they're not that important right now. So if you just do this one thing alone and apply this numbering system, you are just going to accelerate your growth massively. And people say, how did you build a group of companies so quickly in just a few years, and how are you growing it exponentially? And it really is by applying this system that I've just explained there. What I used to do was just go, at my day, doing number 3 tasks, doing the easy things, doing the things that were fun and made me feel good, that I achieved 10 small things in a day, but really it didn't get me anywhere. It was only when I started doing the stuff that I didn't want to do, that were really hard, that my business grew. The second time waster is online distractions. So I gotta put my hands up to this. I used to be on social media all the time. Like when I'm supposed to be doing work, I jump onto social media and I do this and I do that, especially when I'm working at my home office. Now I'm very, very strict with social, and I'm not on my platforms during the day. I have staff, they take care of my online platforms, so that I don't have to get distracted by funny cat videos, for example. So one of the top tips is that I would say, during your lunch break, take that first 10 minutes and then just go through your social platforms, reply to messages, go and have a look what people have tagged you in, all that sort of stuff. Do it in 10 minutes and then take the rest of your lunch break, whether that's 20 minutes or an extra 50 minutes, and just relax. Actually take a break, because if there's one thing I can tell you, if you're working hard through the day, you are going to get burned out by about 4 o'clock. If you start at 8, 9 a.m. and you work intensely, by 4 p.m. you're going to be burned out. And this is usually because you don't take, a proper 20-minute, 30-minute break at lunch and just relax. The third time waster is learning over application. Now, I'm a business mentor. I mentor a lot of entrepreneurs, and I see this all the time. I would say it's one of the biggest problems of my mentees is that they are constantly learning, constantly reading all these books, telling me all this great stuff, all this great knowledge they've accumulated. And just this week, someone was telling me all about the next recession and how they've calculated it and all this. And I'm like, okay, but dude, you haven't even built your business yet. You're still in your 9-to-5 job. This information is great, but right now it's useless to you because you haven't even got any money in order to invest into things that you've calculated, right? It's backwards thinking. So rather than just keep learning and learning and learning, start actually applying some of that knowledge before you then move on to the next thing and start learning more. Get something in action, get that momentum going. The fourth time waster is meetings. So I have a really strict agenda for meetings, and I have a big aversion to meetings as well. I don't like meetings. I'm the first to say it. I cannot stand meetings. However, they are important. Like for example, I'll have a few meetings each week. So I'll have a meeting for, say, the social accounts. Let's see how the social accounts are going. I'll have an accountancy meeting. Where are we at with the finances? I'll have a meeting for the lettings or, say, the rent-to-rent business. Have a meeting for the serviced accommodation. Have a meeting for the deal sourcing and packaging. You know, all these meetings. But let me tell you something. These meetings are short and sweet. They don't go on for 4 or 5 hours. Each person goes around. And here's how I structure it. What did you get done last week? And then we look at what was set last week, so we tick off, were those things all achieved? If they weren't achieved, then that person has to explain why they didn't achieve what they said they were going to achieve. We then look at what challenges came up, and as a group, we look at how we can resolve those challenges. That's the next thing. And then finally, we set the targets and the goals and the work for this week. And that's really it. That is the agenda of the meeting. It's short, it's sweet, let's get on with it, and let's get the work done. And the fifth and the final time waster is hesitation, also known as procrastination. So I used to be a big procrastinator, and if I had a decision to make, I would always hesitate. And as the saying goes, he who hesitates is lost. So this is why a lot of successful entrepreneurs, they make decisions quickly. Now, don't get this confused with making irrational, just snap decisions based on no knowledge. No, what this means is that you've thoroughly researched a topic, you understand the topic, so that when things come to you, you can make a quick decision because you're already qualified, you're already educated in that. So you can make decisions quickly. Where people can't make decisions quickly or hesitate, it's usually one of two reasons. The first one is that you're not qualified to make that decision. You haven't done enough research, you haven't got enough knowledge to make that decision. And so the simple answer is that you research into your topic more deeply. And that way you'll be able to make quicker decisions. The second way is more for a therapist to answer, but that's where things have happened in the past which make you a little bit more hesitant and fearful of making decisions in the present or in the future. So those are your 5 time wasters for entrepreneurs. And if you just do these 5 small steps, I guarantee you, you're gonna exponentially grow the success and the productivity of your work. So I'd love to hear from you in the comments. What are some other time wasters that you've noticed that you've turned around? You know, share your tips. Let's open up the community. Let's everyone share their tips below in the comments as to what you've done and what you've turned around. Hey, thanks for watching. Make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications so you get each as it comes out. You're also going to want to go to the description and click that link at the top there, which will take you to McCoy-Ward.com, where you're going to get more information. You're also going to want to follow me on my social channels so that you're kept up to date. But apart from that, I will see you on the next video.